everyone, I'm here today to talk to you about the successful salesperson. What does that look like? What is a successful salesperson? What is a bad salesperson? It's a great question, and I hope that all of you that are watching this, that you're already a great salesperson and you don't need this advice. But if you do and you're interested on what makes someone successful, keep watching. So when we think in terms of sales problems, we oftentimes think about salespeople who can't get along or have difficulty following the rules. But a lot of times what we bypass is whether or not we're actually good at what we're doing, whether or not we're doing the right thing, asking the right questions. So I'd like to discuss the difference between a profitable salesperson and what I'm referring to as a professional visitor. Now, to put this in context, we're talking about when you're actually going to either cold call or you have an appointment set. There is a big difference between how you're formulating and how you're creating that visit with your client, your prospect. Good salespeople, I believe that they have a plan, they have a gig, and that they go into each and every meeting or cold call with an end goal. Professional visitors really don't get a lot done. They tend to believe that they can win friends by just being nice and that eventually it'll lead to a close or a sale. But unfortunately, this is more uncommon than it is common. It takes a little bit more to convert someone to a customer. It takes more than a friendly smile. It takes trust. It takes a plan, and that's something that I'd like to address today. So how do you identify a professional visitor? Well, they tend to waste your time a lot. They tend to talk in circles, a lot of small talk, but I don't want to focus too much on the negative and on what makes someone bad. Rather, I'd like to focus on what's going to make you great and what's going to make you successful. So let's talk about what that looks like. If a professional visitor is a time waster, then an effective salesperson is exactly the opposite. They're someone that really understands that time is valuable. And the other thing is that a great salesperson has a plan. They use their sales playbook, they live in it, they go by the process, they really holding onto it and grasp it. So a winning salesperson, if you want to be the most successful salesperson that you can be, I recommend following these 3 steps. The first is the conversation. Focus on engaging in conversation that's going to add value to the life of your client. The key here is plan ahead. Make sure that you're preparing questions, answers, rebuttals. Have everything that you need to guide the conversation that you're about to have. The second step to this is the gig. Yep, I refer to it as the gig, whether it's a 30-second commercial, 60-second commercial, 90-second commercial, whatever it is that you would like to relay about your company and why it's a good fit for their company. What problems do you solve that are solutions to the problems that that customer has? Another thing to keep in mind too is that this isn't something that you want to rehearse. You don't want it to be, a canned speech that you're going to give the same thing over and over and over. You want it to really be something that you believe in. And this is a really important topic for us as a company at CFS. We really believe that you have to love what you do. Whether you're selling cell phones or you're selling a service or you're selling a software, whatever it is that you do, you've got to love what you do. If you don't love what you do, if you don't believe in your product or service, it's going to make it really, really difficult for you. And at some point in time, you're going to break. So make sure you dig deep and find what it is about the company that you're with, your company, what it is about what you do that you love, and really embrace that and bring it into your gig. A great gig is going to inspire people and it's going to encourage people. And it's also going to offer value to them, and they're going to say, hey, wow, you really understand what I'm looking for, and you know how to solve my problems. The third step to this is the close. Now, this is something that a professional visitor is going to miss. As a sales professional, converting the lead is your final goal, right? And if your conversation offered value, if you planned it well, and your gig was enticing and it really solved their problems, then now it's time to get to the close. If you are a professional visitor, chances are your close is, all right, I'm going to see you next time. Have a great day. This is where you're able to really differentiate yourself by having a strong close, having something that you've talked about over and over and over with your sales team, with your managers, and really have defined the best way to follow up with next steps. For us at CFS, it's a follow-up with a deal document. So we wrap up the conversation and we make sure that we've answered all questions, and if anything has been left hanging, we're following up through email anyway. So make sure that you have a very strong closing process. If you follow those 3 steps, the conversation, the gig, and the close, I believe that you are well on your way to becoming the successful salesperson that you always wanted to be. I hope these tips helped you today, and that you are well on your way to discovering sales success at your company. Happy selling!